What's going on, YouTube? We're back in it for another one. Battlefield 2042 finally got the big one. We got the big patch number 3, update number 3. This is the one that I've been waiting for. I've been taking a little break from Battlefield for the last week-ish. You know, I played a couple of games after patch 2, and it did improve a little bit, but it's just, the game was still very broken for me, so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to chill on it. Plus, I've been playing Halo Infinite. You guys on my main channel know that. And, you know, we just been chilling on Halo for a little bit, waiting for this patch. This is the patch that I'm waiting for. This is a big update. Might even be the biggest update I've ever seen for a game. There's so much shit here. And I'm going to go through it all with you guys like I've done with the first 2 patches. But I'm not going to dwell on anything too long. Right? Get your popcorn. For anybody who's going to stick around for this whole video, this is going to be a long one. Grab your popcorn. You know, grab a coffee, whatever it is, man. This is for all my people who don't have to, they don't have the socials, or they don't have the time to go look at the patches themselves. We're going to go through it all in this video. But just for stuff that I think is pretty self-explanatory, I don't really need to I don't need to give an example on or anything like that. I'm just going to read it off. That's it. We're going to move on to the next one, man. Because like I said, this is a big patch. And before we even get into the nerfs and the buffs, there's some shit here that they have in the beginning, the opening notes of the patch, that I actually think is kind of relevant. So we're gonna get into that right away, man. Let's just get into it, wasting no more time. So what's new? In the week following update number 3, weekly missions will make their way onto the battlefield. There will be a total of 3 varying missions each week, which you can track via the main menu. Completing a mission will reward you with player XP, finishing all of the available missions that week, and you'll receive a unique cosmetic reward. Alright, so for everybody that's into it, hey man, you got the missions back. In Battlefield Portal, we're adding new game mode layouts for Rush on all-out warfare maps. We're also adding several new templates to the builder, and a new custom mode called Vehicle Team Deathmatch, which allows you to utilize combat vehicles in custom experiences. It will also support logic created in the rules editor, allowing players to spawn at team headquarters and adding more options when creating custom games. I'm actually kind of interested in that. just veer off topic for a second. Vehicle Team Deathmatch. It's not going to be something I'm going to play like every day, but I'm actually interested, man. Anyways, let's keep it going. Lastly, we're adding a new logic option to the rules editor that checks the source of fatal damage to a player. For example, maybe a melee weapon or rifle. This opens up a ton of new possibilities, and we're looking forward to seeing what cool modes you'll build with us. So there you go. Quality of life. We're introducing several improvements within the collection screen menus to make customizing your loadout and plus menu easier. In short, less clicking around. Thank you very much. It's now also easier to understand which attachments are locked in use, equipable, or newly unlocked with your collection. UI elements during gameplay have also received enhancements. You'll notice increased visibility and reduced clutter through, for example, player world icons now scaling with distance. We've also added IFF, identity friend or foe marker, improvements and indicators for nearby players who can revive or be revived by, or who is low on ammo or health. Thank you, DICE. There you go, man. Lastly, you'll notice smoother transitioning between game menus, the option menus, and matchmaking. Alright, man, we're not even at nerfs and buffs, and this is already looking pretty good, man. Like, they're hitting some shit here. They're hitting some shit that I've talked about in a bunch of different videos. Most of the community is talking about. Let's just keep it going, man. So we got gameplay. Throughout several areas of the game, we've introduced improvements to make your experience while interacting within maps feel smoother. This includes over 150 individual fixes, small changes, and improvements across all of our maps where we noticed they were detracting from gameplay, such as spawning, visual glitching, or collision issues, audio, rendering, and interaction improvements, and fixes for weapons, vehicles, and specialists are also included. Man, I mean, just that little paragraph right there, man. It does a lot, man. It does a lot. So let's check this out real quick. What's next? In early December, you can expect one more small update focused on further balance changes and general bug fixes to further enhance your gameplay experience. All right, so we'll be looking forward to that. Like I said, we still, I mean, we got a really big update here, man. This is so big, I might have to record this in 2 parts, to be honest. This is a really big update, man. I might have to go, see, they just released, like, the update doesn't go live until, from the time I'm recording this, the update doesn't go live until tomorrow. But I might have to record some of this today and then finish it off tomorrow and then upload it when I get a chance tomorrow after the update went. It would be nice if it was a little bit smaller, man, to get this video out the day before. But anyways, man, enough wasting the time. So update 0.3.0 fixes, changes, and improvements. Holy shit, this is big. So let's get ready for this. So general, the recent player screen now includes everyone from previous matches to allow for easier user reporting. All right, made improvements to the interaction system by switching the default interact text on multiple interactions to reflect the action you are about to do, i.e. open container, call at elevator, etc. Resolved kaleidoscope server room lighting issue. Resolved an issue related to the velocity and trajectory while spawning in jets. Improved helicopter animation in level flybys during insertion. Improvements to address an issue where players killed in vehicles would fall beneath level geometry. Improvements to streaming assets in deploy screen presentation. Player no longer gets stuck in a zip line or rope after exiting a vehicle after entering it too close to a zip line or rope. Like this, that's kind of funny actually. But anyways, let's keep it going, man. Exiting an open seat early in the enter animation no longer causes your aim pitch to lock up. Correct field of view is applied immediately following insertion sequences. All right, user interface. This is a big one. This is a big one. Like I said, you guys, this is so big that I'm not gonna like dwell on anything too much. I'm not gonna go into depth on anything too much, man. If I think I need to throw something in there, this is mostly just me breaking it down for you guys, and the most important stuff I'll talk on. But it's such a big update, man. I'm sure you guys can understand. We don't want to have like a 45-minute, hour-long commentary on a patch, man. So user interface. Improve the collection screens, making them easier to use and clear as to what you're interacting with. Improve the ways in which you're able to manage your attachments via the collection screen to reduce the number of interactions you need to have when building your loadouts. Enhancements to our player card screen and end of round screen to provide additional polish. Added new markers to make your newly unlocked items easier to find. Improved screen transitions when entering and returning to the main menu. Improved report a player flows, specifically around toxicity and cheating reports. The in-game scoreboard now properly scales to match screen safe zone settings. Fixed instances where the scroll function didn't work in the options screen. Implemented focus restoration for the screens so the focus button is remembered when re-entering a screen. Fixed visual effects remain on screen during end of round. And they have here comma rows, improved responsiveness of comma rows opening, fixed inactive objectives, showing in the common rows for defenders in rush and breakthrough. I don't even know what common rows is, man. What is that? Am I tripping? I don't even know what that is. I'm sitting over here trying to pronounce this shit. I don't even know what it is. But anyways, the third point in that, fixed objectives not shown in the comma rows for attackers in rush. All right, so there you go. They got a bunch of fixes there, changes. I did not see something though where they brought back the normal scoreboard though, right? They did have a change there to the scoreboard, but it's I don't know. I'm gonna have to get in game and apply this update and see what happens, man. We just want the old school scoreboard back, Dice. That's it. What's with all the cloak and dagger shit, man? We just want an OG scoreboard. Everybody wants it. We just want it back. But anyways, let's move it along. Matchmaking and friends. Improve the experience between the end of round and the main menu, improved matchmaking reliability and reduced instances of matchmaking failed. And if you guys are wondering too, if it seems like I might stutter on something, it's because they're using abbreviations, right? So like right there for end of round, they didn't actually use end of round, they just used EOR, right? So it's like me, as you know, I'm thinking, am I going to say EOR for my people on the video? They might not know what I'm saying, right? So it's like, that's me clicking in and being like, all right, I think that means end of round, right? We'll go with that. But anyways, let's move it along. Improved crossplay invite flows, fixed rich presence update issues, ensuring that your friends are better able to track where you are in game, address servers getting stuck in unresponsive game states where rounds fail to properly start, fixes to friend invitation for players on PC, fixed an issue where the friends list was sometimes not fully up to date. I really haven't played with any friends so far in Battlefield because it's just been such a bad experience. So, like, you know, we see some fixes here. Let's hope it actually really does improve, and let's hope they keep working on it, man, because it's been awful to try to party up with people on Battlefield 2042. I've noticed so far since launch or since early access. Anyways, let's keep it going. Progression and unlocks. Introduction of weekly missions providing set challenges that reward cosmetic unlocks, added first match bonus of 1,000 dark market credits for Hazard Zone, improved overall XP and rank tracking and reliability, improved mastery rank tracking, improved reliability of player card tracking. The required level to unlock an item is no longer visible once the item is unlocked. Fixed a bug where the mastery badges weren't displaying within the portal collection menu. Fixed an issue that was not properly awarding XP for Angel resupplies. 3D preview of vehicles now displays the correct customization in the collection menu. Added a notification when reaching a new player card badge tier. Added a notification when reaching a new mastery tier. Alright, so we got some good stuff in there. It's not too bad. I'm not going to spend much time on it there. I think a lot of that is just self-explanatory, man. It's pretty common sense. We'll go ahead and move it along. Rendering. Addressed a variety of visual flickering and stuttering issues. Improvements to water rendering when aiming down sight. Added sight definition for iron sights to allow correct ADS for the VCAR. Leaving ADS is now smoother than before on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 consoles. And for anybody else, I am using ADS, the abbreviations, because aim down sight. Everybody knows aim down sight is ADS. So that one, I will use ADS because they're also using that here as well too. But that's a great little fix for Xbox One and PS4, man. All of us that are still stuck on old gen, we can't get ourselves a new gen console because it's hard as hell. It's nice, man. It's nice to see them actually, you know, looking out for the old gen versions, right? Anyways, let's move it along. Address multiple graphical issues affecting water reflections. Addressed an issue with character rendering for players joining a match in progress. Made improvements to artifacts affecting DLSS implementation. Fixed flickering in the Oasis water in the El Alamein on deploy. Fixed animations sometimes glitching when picking up a weapon from the ground. Fixed aircrafts sometimes showing up with wrong landing gear visuals. Fixed issue that would cause incorrect bullet impact effects when shooting near water. Fixed Ju 87 Stuka gunner seat firing visual effects not aligning properly with the airplane. Shifted PSO1 scope forward on AN94 to prevent clipping into screen while idle. Fixed skinning issues for several PP29 weapon skins. Alright, so we also got some good stuff in there. Let's move it along to the maps. Over 150 individual fixes, small changes, and improvements across all of our maps. Dude, that is huge, man. Just that alone. Anyways, let's move it along. Improved level geometry issues across all levels, addressing issues such as players getting snagged or trapped. Resolve multiple spawning issues. Remove visual glitches such as lens flare, visible seams in Skydome. resolved a large number of collision and placement issues, addressed issues affecting local audio placement in multiple maps. So again, you know, not many, but definitely some good fixes there. They got a ton of fixes here for Hazard Zone, but I still haven't played Hazard Zone yet, man. Just dealing with all the problems with everything that I try to play on a regular. And from my understanding, it's definitely the least favorite mode in the game so far. I know it's 1/3 of the game, but I decided that we'll just skip the fixes for Hazard Zone because not a lot of people, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are playing it, and it's a game mode that I haven't touched yet. So we'll go ahead, we'll skip that for now, but we'll definitely start taking care of Hazard Zone when I get around to start playing the game mode and shit like that. I apologize if that disappoints you, but you can always check out the patch notes yourself, and you can check out what they actually fixed for Hazard Zone, man. But we're going to move it along because this patch is huge, man. We still got a lot to get to. So Portal, added server info for the pause menu, added support for reporting a server from the pause menu, added support for server admins to write periodic server messages, simplified the server settings screen design, fixed an issue where bullet spread would be too high when trying to fire while zoomed after sprint for some Portal weapons, fixed maximum human players displaying incorrectly in the modifiers tab for free-for-all game modes, added different loading music based on which Portal map is loading. That's a small little I appreciate that for sure. Setting a low max health multiplier for vehicles will no longer cause them to spawn in on fire. Aircraft within Portal now display their equipped missiles and bombs correctly. Added a UI indicator for Rush to show when the next sector will start. Thank you, man, that's huge. Fixed a visual issue while reloading several launchers, RPG-7, SMA, Bazooka, and Panzer Shrek. So pretty much all of that actually is pretty substantial. A couple more than others, but definitely nice to see, man. Let's go ahead and move it along. While still in Portal though, builder additions, rush game mode layouts for all 2042 all-out warfare maps through Portal. New official vehicle team deathmatch game mode. We already talked about that though. New official team and free-for-all gun master templates. New official infection template. Rules editor. Added the ability to detect what players were killed with in order to apply additional logic. Enabled the Portal set team MLD block to be usable with AI. It looks like somebody had a little bit of a spelling, somebody couldn't get it together on that one, man, or maybe I'm just tripping, I'm not sure. But anyways, let's move it along. Battlefield 1942, fixed spotting issues for the binoculars, fixed an issue that caused the M3 half track and the SD KFZ251 half track to sometimes dip into the terrain, fixed an issue that caused the 9K22 Tunguska M to take too much damage from some vehicles' MGs. Battlefield Bad Company 2 improved the M416 reload animation. The tracer dart now locks successfully on tagged vehicles. Mortar strike can no longer be fired while not zoomed. Additional tuning to the UAV-1. Battlefield 3 fixed a bug that could cause the M3A3 Bradley primary and the APFSDST shells to continue firing uninterrupted. Fixed a bug that prevented the SOFLAM and MAV gadgets maintaining their previous aim direction when a player re-entered them. Fixed a bug that caused the MAV EOD bot and SOFLAM gadgets to show a preview model after it already been placed, my bad. Added new and classic voiceover lines for damaging and killing an enemy with a defibrillator using Battlefield 3 assault characters. The Mi-28 Havoc and AH-64 Apache rocket pods now have the same reload time. EOD bot now has a vehicle status icon to assist with driver orientation. Rebalanced the Su-35BM Flanker E to match the health of other jets. The FGM 148 Javelin now has 2 distinct firing types. Increased the reload speed for guided rocket. Fixed passive spotting issues for the map. Alright, UX improvements. Made a series of visual, audio, and gameplay improvements to weapons, vehicles, and gadgets. Improved the plus menu customization experience. Thank you, man, for both of that. Fixed navigational issues on the player card collection screen. Added in new options to select damage, the indicator color for soldiers and vehicles. Added a new crosshair option to change damage indicator shape thickness between thin, medium, and thick. Replace the accessibility button in the experience selection with accessibility and options. Fix the color picker preview in options menu, often showing black instead of the actual color. Pinged objects now remain visible when occluded. Conquest. Tuned information spamming in Conquest, reducing the amount of messages that appear in the world log. In particular, we reduce messages about flag state changes so that they're not as distracting. Thank you, DICE. That is another big one. Breakthrough. Tuned capture times for Breakthrough. Improved out of bounds defender spawning in Breakthrough to ensure easier safe spawning. Made improvements to the Breakthrough UI to enable you to better track round progress in the form of a game mode widget. The game mode widget inside the scoreboard has been updated to put emphasis on sectors and attackers reinforcements. Note that it only displays while playing Breakthrough and Rush. Elapsed time is now added and trackable in both the scoreboard and deploy screen. Added a pulsating effect on Team 1 attacker score and progress bar when their tickets are less than 25% of their initial tickets. This is also present in the GMW in the HUD, scoreboard, and deploy screen for both Rush and Breakthrough. Made user interface improvements to indicate when attacking team has reached the last sector. Made UI improvements to indicate when the defending team loses a sector. Fixed an issue that could cause the end of round screen to display inaccurate scores for the attacking team. All of these changes are very much welcome, DICE. Thank you. I'm not going to elaborate too much on them. We're just going to go ahead and move it along. Dynamic world improvement. Addressed issues for VFX affecting late joiners. Made improvements to correctly align the bridge behavior on Kaleidoscope for late joiners to the match. Made improvements to correctly align the destructive silo state for late joiners in Renewal and Orbital. Improved interaction of SG-36 sentry guns and elevators. Quality of life fixes and improvements to interact prompts. Tornado and smoke visual effects improvements. Resolved a large number of collision issues with large-scale animation events. Improved location-based sandstorm audio experience. Improvements to destruction audio. Adjusted the timing for automatic doors. All right. So we got the HUD. Now this one's a big one here. They did a lot of changes to this one. I'm not gonna dwell on anything we just went through. We're gonna go straight into this. The HUD added a UI element that shows nearby players that can revive you within 50 meters when downed. Added a UI element that shows incoming revivers when down and pinged by a player that intends to revive you. Thank you, DICE, man. Just thank you. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's move it along. When low on ammo or health, nearby friendly players within 50 meters will now show a resource icon above their head, indicating that they can provide you with health or ammo. Increased big map resolution for improved navigation. Added health bars on enemies' vehicles up to 200 meters and enemy soldiers when looked at up to 50 meters. All players' world icons now scale over distance, making them smaller when far away. In an effort to reduce icons cluttering the screen. Thank you very much, DICE. That's all of this stuff is actually pretty huge, man. Time before revive completion is now visible for the down player when being revived. Fixed an issue where friendly player icons would sometimes not be hidden behind walls, which caused screen clutter. Fixed an issue where friendly soldiers are missing their blue UI icons when a player is in a down state. Fixed an issue where some player names don't show when looking at multiple soldiers or vehicles next to each other. Changed the visibility behavior of the fire mode icon in the HUD. By default, the fire mode icon is now visible if it is currently possible to change fire mode. The behavior can now be changed to allow the fire mode icon to always be visible. Added an option that allows for the disabling of the button prompts visible in the HUD. Added message about which player healed you when getting healed by other players. Added message about which player shared ammo when getting ammo from other players. Fixed an issue where IFF markers on squad members do not change with colorblind option. If you guys remember, IFF is identity, friend, or foe, I believe. We went over that real quick earlier on in this video. Improved visibility of IFF marks over distances. Fixed an issue where IFF markers would not be visible when using low video settings. Fixed an issue where the HUD UI sometimes wasn't visible when joining a Portal game after quitting the previous Portal match. Reload UI hints now stop at pulsating after 4 seconds. Added an option to show or hide button prompts in the HUD. Added an option to show or hide the reactive hints in the HUD. Added an option to customize the visibility of the fire mode indicator prompt and icon in the HUD. Alright, so the next little segment they got here is bots. I'm not going to cover that because I mean I'm sitting here reading now for like over 20 minutes. This video is getting really long, man, so let's try to chop out a couple of things here that I don't know if you guys will care too much. Like, let's skip the bots part. Let's skip the specialist part too, right? Like, maybe we can cover that in a different video. Like, they go through all the individual specialists here for little things that they've changed, little things that they've tweaked. Nothing like missing it, you know. It's like, oh my god, man, game over. But maybe we'll cover it in a different video, man. This is getting really long. I'm just sitting here reading to you guys. You guys are probably bored out of your mind, and I hate reading. So we'll just go ahead and skip the bots and the specialists, man. Don't hate on me too much, man. I'm trying. So let's get into the audio. All right, so improved reliability of various ability sounds when off screen, such as reviving, SOB-8 ballistic shield, flares, wingsuit, parachute, vehicle smoke discharges, and system repairs. Improved weapon audio for enemies firing at the player, including at the distance. Switched lock-on warning sounds with incoming missile warning sound. Tweaked audio during end of round. Added a ping sound for request revive to help mark your location. Tweaked the sound when pinging a downed friendly player. Made improvements to ground vehicle gear shifts and suspension sounds. Warning and transmission sounds will no longer repeat on vehicle low health. Switched lock-on warning sounds with incoming missile warning sound. Added audio for damaged engine fires on vehicle. And it's now easier to hear the LCAA hovercraft when it's behind players. Well, thank you, man, because the hovercraft has been annoying as hell in this game, so at least we can hear it, right? You know, and like I said, they got a ton of little tweaks and stuff like that, like fixing the grappling hook on McKay and just a whole bunch of shit on the specials. Maybe we could do just like a separate video on that, man. I think that might be smart. Just this video's getting so long. All right, so vehicles. Fixed issue where missile countermeasures sometimes didn't work, causing missiles to not blow up instead of reacquire the same target. Made exit position from vehicles more consistent. Made improvements to controller vibration for vehicles. Fixed an issue where the MD-540 Nightbird mounted 20mm cannons hit the ground can appear frozen. Balanced MD-540 Nightbird mounted minigun spread buildup and convergence. AH-64GX Apache Warchief and KA-520 Super Hokum 127mm anti-vehicle rocket packs will no longer have blast impulse upon firing. Fixed an issue where a player driving the hovercraft cannot be shot through the front window. Added an option to have vehicle boost as toggle or hold. Fixed an issue where vehicles took double damage when getting hit through glass. Improved tow, missile projectiles, flying behavior. Removed blast impulse on attack choppers, anti-vehicle rocket, which caused nudging of vehicles on hit. Fixed instances where vehicles sometimes would become stuck on world geometry. Fixed an issue which prevented the Ranger from turning into a ragdoll when destroyed. Destroying the Ranger will now look a lot more neutral. Fixed a bug where Ranger would lose connection to player who called them in after being down. Fixed some wheeled vehicles continuing to roll backwards when reversed is released. Adjusted FOV sense of speed effect on vehicles. Land vehicles could sometimes get stuck when driving on top of something that makes all or most of the wheels lose contact with the ground. It should now be easier to become unstuck from these situations. And fixed kill camera going underground when killed in a vehicle. Alright, that was big, man. That took a lot of wind out of me, man. It took some wind. I might have to loop some of this gameplay, man, because I know I don't have a ton of Battlefield gameplay right now, man. My bad, you guys. If I end up... I'm not recording over gameplay right now. But if I end up looping some of this gameplay, I apologize, people. Like, you know, I've been waiting for this patch to get that gameplay. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the weapons. Fix some issues that prevented visual hits from registering when firing on an enemy target. Further improvements are still being investigated. Fix the 8x scope having faster ADS time than the others. Fixed M44 revolver chambering an extra bullet. It will now correctly reload 5 bullets instead of 6. Fixed an issue where a soldier is unable to shoot after getting hacked while in a vehicle. Reduced switchback to weapon delay after throwing grenade. Fixed an exploit that allowed to have unlimited ammo and rapid fire grenades from the 40mm underbarrel attachments. The 40mm AP projectile no longer incorrectly shows a proximity indicator. Ammunition can now be supplied to 40mm underbarrel attachments and their different ammunition types. Adjusted reticle position and brightness on PKA and Cobra, making these optics easier to use. The NTW-50 reduce effectiveness of the NTW-50 against vehicles. Anti-material rounds magazine size increased to 5. Lowered anti-material rounds damage multiplier against heavy vehicles. Lowered anti-material heavy rounds damage multiplier against all vehicles. So we got something here for gadgets. We definitely gonna go ahead and get into that. Let's see what they got. So gadgets will no longer pause their cooldown when the player enters a vehicle. Gadgets will move with elevators rather than getting destroyed. Carl Gustav RPG Wildcat AA missiles Bolt missile barrage will not relock onto vehicles if they have been flared. Adjusted glass on orbital to allow grenades to pass through windows instead of bouncing back at players. So we got the Recoilless M5, the rocket launcher that most people use. Fixed a bug where the Recoilless would not lose its lock-on to enemy air vehicles when locked on via Soul Flam designator and the target deployed countermeasures. Adjusted range finder and time of flight information on the Recoilless M5 to better mirror its proper gameplay capabilities and timings. C5 explosive. Fixed a bug where the C5 explosive blast damage was sometimes inconsistent when trying to detonate the C5. Fixed an issue where the C5 explosive server and client positions were not correctly synced. Adjusted the deploy time of the C5 explosive and reduced the delay before allowing it to be detonated to improve responsiveness. The Soul Flam designator. Fixed an issue where the visual Soul Flam UI elements are still present on the screen when switching to other gadgets while zoomed. Fixed the Soul Flam tooltip text being misaligned. The anti-tank mine. Fixed an issue that caused mines and other deployables to not trigger sound effects when deployed from inside a vehicle. Medical crate and ammo crate. Fixed issue where the medical crate healing cooldown was triggered when at full health. Adjusted medical and ammo crate's trajectory to align with the animation of the throw and addressed jitter. Improved responsiveness of medical and ammo crates deployment. It is now possible to throw them a lot quicker after selecting them. Fixed an issue where the resupply animation would not play when resupplying gadgets from the ammo crate. Smoke grenade. Changed the detonation behavior of the smoke grenade. It will now bounce once before detonating. Fixed an issue where smoke grenades could be destroyed by bullets or explosions. Fixed an issue where the VO was not triggering when an enemy specialist smoke grenade has been thrown. Frag grenade. Ensured that the grenade warning icon does not draw under certain elements of the HUD like the minimap. The repair tool. Fixed an issue where the repair tool can repair vehicles while not facing the vehicle. Improved the repair tool so that it's quicker to equip and put away. Alright, so definitely some solid changes going forward, man. We'll just keep it going. Insertion Beacon. Fixed an issue where picking up an insertion beacon would not make any sounds. EMP now blocks spawning on insertion beacons and reduce the delay before the insertion beacon is placed after throwing it. The FXM-33AA missile. The missile reload sound effect will now appropriately fit the animation of reloading. Extended the animation of the missile reload. Alright. Not bad. So they got some changes here to the soldiers itself, and then melee, and then that's it. That's it. We're done. Soldier. Added turn in place animations for one-handed and two-handed gadgets. Proning with your legs dangling in the air will push you off that object. However, allowing for time to correct yourself. Reduced occurrences where specialists can be seen with low quality animations in the distance. Adjusted soldier animations when swimming. Various visual adjustments and fixes for specialists. Addressed issues where players prone on thin surfaces could be seen floating in the air. They will now tend to fall if the surface is not large enough. Fixed a bug where players could get stuck in swimming state on ground. Fixed missing weapon deploy animation when transitioning from water to land. Fixed issues where the soldier would sometimes not properly follow the ground when sliding. Fix an issue where jumping would be buffered if holding jump when trying to stand up from crouch or prone. Fix an issue where it is not possible to look up and down enough while prone or on a slope. Fix an issue where characters' hands were not in contact with ladders when FOV was higher than default. Fix an issue where you could turn and see your own headless first-person body while on ladders. Yo, that shit's funny as hell. I can't believe that was a thing, but anyway. Fix an issue where attempting to traversal sprint while swimming resulted in an incorrect swimming animation. Fixed an issue where your person soldier would sometimes not play the correct sprint animation. Fixed an issue where certain vehicle weapons could deal damage to soldiers by damaging the parachute. Fixed an issue where your third person animation could get stuck in a prone turn in place loop even though you had stopped turning. So we got the last point, the last thing they changed, the last thing they fixed, the last thing that we're covering in this video. We might do the specialist in a separate video, man. This is just way too much reading for me, guys. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm just kind of out of it. Damn, man, this is a lot of reading. This is a big ass patch, but it's good though. It's good. I'm happy it's here. So melee. Adjusted the timing of sound of takedowns on enemies being prone. Improved the speed in which the weapon switches when watching another player melee attack. Decreased the range in which you can melee a player. You can no longer perform a takedown on a soldier climbing a ladder. Meleeing unoccupied light vehicles now allows you to slightly push the vehicle, which can help when vehicles get stuck. Fixed an issue where players sometimes got thrown up in the air while using melee. Fixed takedowns on enemies lying prone, not working from all angles. Fixed an animation issue while taking down an enemy that is prone on stairs. Fixed a camera bug for meleeing players while standing on a moving platform. Fixed a bug where melee attacks in water could put the player in a broken state. And fixed an issue where players were able to gain velocity by hopping on and off a ladder and hit melee. All right, so this was this was a massive patch, and believe it or not, as long as this video is going to be, we still didn't even cover everything. We didn't. We didn't even cover anything because we cut out a little part of the bots, and then we cut out the specialist stuff. But we pretty much did cover everything, though. We covered a lot in this video. This is for all my people. I know the homie Big Head and shit. He doesn't pay attention to the socials or anything like that. He just watches my video to get the scoop on the games that he's interested in. So here you go, man. A video like this is for you. And for anybody wondering if I'm going to be testing these changes out, well, I'm not going to be like get scientific with it, right? But we definitely going to, over the next couple of days when I have time, get in the lobby, put a lot more time in Battlefield 2042, and feel out how much better the game is playing. A big ass patch like this, you know, there's going to be some improvements there, right? And I can't wait. I've been one of the few ones out here preaching that, yes, this game has a ton of problems, but I see the potential here, and I'm going to have so much fun when this game starts working right. Let's hope it is. For anybody who has stayed to the end, man, you're a trooper. Have you played 2042 yet since the patch went live, or since the patch goes live? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. I'm sorry if I seemed a little Debbie Downer or you know, like I was just kind of out to lunch. When you're reading that long, just, you know, for that straight amount of time, it becomes mind-numbing, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. I'll see you guys on the next one.